There's more Christmas to come on Yuba-Sutter.live. We're going all over Yuba-Sutter, catching a number of Christmas celebrations in the act of happening. Friday at 5 p.m. we'll have the Yuba City Christmas tree lighting, and then zip out to Sutter for the 6:30 Sutter Parade of Lights. If you missed any of them, you can binge watch them for the first time, or watch them again right here this Sunday night. 5 p.m., the Marysville Christmas tree lighting and 73rd Marysville Christmas Parade replay. We'll list the winners. Then at 7 p.m., the 55th Olivehurst Christmas Parade replay, also with winners noted. At 8 o'clock, the Yuba City Downtown Christmas Tree Lighting and Sutter Parade of Lights replay. Christmas events in Yuba-Sutter this Sunday evening at 5, 7, and 8. Merry Christmas, Yuba-Sutter Live! In Yuba County, there's a legendary diner.
Oh, it looks delicious. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Where the parking lot tells a story. A story as simple as biscuits and gravy.
The food is good. The prices are wonderful. My dad has so many friends here that come here, and it's my dad and mom have known Mary Jane and her dad before Duke.
Duke's Diner on 7th Avenue, home of legendary chili, holiday pies, and generations of local residents preparing tasty, hearty food for generations of local people. Join Mary Jane and her genial associates as they serve meals you'll come back for. Duke's Diner on 7th Avenue, Olivehurst.
Hi, I'm Neil Goforth of Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties. Caring for elders or even yourself has challenges. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties can help you address today's issues and plan for tomorrow with in-home and specialized care for you or your family members. Call us at 530-749-8800. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties.
In Marysville, where roots run deep, McNally Appliances promises to keep the best brands with a smile on its face. We service what we sell, it's a warm embrace. Competitive pricing you can't ignore. With every purchase you'll love it more. From fridges to washers, all in a line. We install with care to make it shine. Major brands, trusted and true. McNally Appliances is here for you. Oh, McNally, we're your first choice. In Marysville, we help you rejoice. We service what we sell, no need to stress. At McNally Appliances, we're simply the best. Our promise stands, we'll always be here. McNally Appliances, bringing you cheer.
McNally Appliances, 119 D Street, Marysville. McNallyAppliances.com. You've seen signs marking some of the gems in Marysville. They're produced by Sapphire Sign Company, providing something small, large, and mobile. With decades of experience, Sapphire Signs has pioneered local production of a variety of signs, like temporary campaign-style signs, welcomes for unique events, building signage, event promotion, and vehicle customization. Need a sign? Make it a gem from Sapphire Sign Company. On the web at sapphiremarketinggroup.net. Sapphire.
In the heart of the valley, we rise so bright. Where the news flows freely in the morning light. Yuba-Sutter.live, where truth comes alive. Every Tuesday's a journey, it's where we thrive. Watch it unfold. Yuba-Sutter.live, in the heart of our home. Be informed, be wise. Yuba-Sutter.live, we capture it all.
There's more Christmas to come on Yuba-Sutter.live. We're going all over Yuba-Sutter, catching a number of Christmas celebrations in the act of happening. Friday at 5 p.m. we'll have the Yuba City Christmas tree lighting, and then zip out to Sutter for the 6:30 Sutter Parade of Lights. If you missed any of them, you can binge watch them for the first time, or watch them again right here this Sunday night. 5 p.m., the Marysville Christmas tree lighting and 73rd Marysville Christmas Parade replay. We'll list the winners. Then at 7 p.m., the 55th Olivehurst Christmas Parade replay, also with winners noted. At 8 o'clock, the Yuba City Downtown Christmas Tree Lighting and Sutter Parade of Lights replay. Christmas events in Yuba-Sutter this Sunday evening at 5, 7, and 8. Merry Christmas, Yuba-Sutter.live.
Pledge.
Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Were approved by unanimous vote to accept staff recommendations. Under suspended expulsion contracts, EH 2425-15 through EH 24-25-17 and EH 24-25-23 through EH 24-25-27. By unanimous vote, we accepted staff recommendations. And under revoked, suspended expulsion contracts, EH 23-24-98 and EH 24-25-7, by unanimous vote, we accepted staff recommendations. The other area that we approved in closed session was the proposal from the Yuba County Office of Education's proposal for the new superintendent search. And that was approved by unanimous vote. Okay. Now, what we have going on this evening is a organization meeting to establish the new president, vice president, clerk, and our special rep. But before we do that, we've got some announcements that we have to read out. And that is the announcement of the election results. Trustee Area 1, registered votes was 3,629. Votes cast, 2001. Turnout was 55%. Stephen Furher got a vote of 913, and myself got 703. So Mr. Furher won the election. Under Trustee Area 2, registered votes was 8,462. Votes cast was 5,184. Turnout was 61.44%. In that election, Catherine Ewing got 678. Ricardo Galicia, if I'm saying that right? Thank you. Got 1,922, and Gary Criddle got 1,770. So Mr. Galicia won that election. Trustee Area 3, registered votes was 9,820. Votes cast was 662.25. Turnout was 63.4. Oliver Taylor received 3,110 votes, and Allison Hasty got 2,117. So Mr. Taylor won that election. So the last area was Area 4. Registered votes was 11,115, and votes cast was 8,491. Turnout was 76%, a very good turnout. Doug Criddle got 4,175, and Trish Vega got 2,631. So Mr. Criddle was elected. So now we turn to the annual organization meeting, and that's 6.1. In this process, the interim superintendent takes over the meeting for the selection of the president. Is it working? You can use this one.
Thank you. Thank you and good evening. The first process for our new board is to elect a president. And so what will happen is we will open up the nominations. The first nomination will not be voted on until all people are nominated for president. So do I have any nominations?
I like to nominate Doug Criddle for president.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Okay, Dr. Yang has nominated Doug Criddle. Is there a second? Seth, Mr. Steeman? May I have a vote, please?
Aye.
Okay, it is unanimous. So, Mr. Criddle, you are board president. So they will now change positions. Oh, here's your phone. The next agenda item, 6.3, is the election of vice president. May I have some nominations, please? Do I have any other nominations?
Seth Steeman.
Any other nomination? Okay, we will vote for Dr. Yang first. So do I have a motion to nominate Dr. Yang as vice president? Okay. We have a nomination by new member is Galicia. Do I have a second? Okay, the nomination is closed. We have the next nomination of Mr. Steeman. Do I have a first? Okay, the first was by Mr. Criddle. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Oliver, all those in favor of nominating Seth Steeman as vice president of the Marysville Joint Unified School District Board? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is 6 and no vote. Are you abstaining? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, Mr. Seaman, will you come take the vice president chair? The next nomination is the election of the clerk. Do I have a nomination?
Dr. Yang.
Do I have another name for clerk? All those, may I have a first for Dr. Yang? Mr. Steeman? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Davis? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's unanimous. Election of trustee representative to Special Education Council. Mr. Oliver. Do I have another nomination? May I have a first for Mr. Oliver? Dr. Yang? May I have a second? Mr. Seaman? All those in favor? Passed unanimously. Okay, the next board agenda item is 6.6. Board meeting, set the date, time, and place of regular meetings. So if you go to your handbook, your board policy stipulates that you will have 2 meetings a month. You change the meetings to 1 board meeting a month. Therefore, you must either change your policy or meet twice until you change the policy. So the first board meeting would be, I need to see this. So the first board meeting would be January 14th, but it has been the practice of the district not to have a first board meeting in January. But because you voted unanimously to approve the contract for the new superintendent search with Superintendent Greger, I suggest you have the January 14th meeting so he can come and address you as a board. So
Just keep it that one, and then 1 meeting after that? Is that what you propose?
So Member Crawford, currently your board policy stipulates that you'll have 2 board meetings a month.
Well, I don't want to change. Do I make a motion?
What we're voting on is whether to vote to have a meeting on January 14th to have Superintendent Greger come address the board about the superintendent search.
The question was after that, February, would that be just one meeting?
No, you would have another meeting on January 28th. Okay? So do I have a motion for 2 meetings in January? Okay. Do I have a second? Okay. So, and then if you look at the rest, if you look at page behind your tab for 2025 board meetings, you will see the listed dates. And we did list 2 dates each month because that's your board policy. If you want to change to 1 meeting, then I can bring that forward on January 28th. And then we can vote, set the dates. But right now, this is how it looks. Do I have a motion to approve this calendar and then change after you change the board policy on January 28th?
Motion approved.
Motion approved. Doug Criddle. Second.
And is this week?
Yes. So you would meet on January 14th, and then you would meet again on January 28th, where we would look at the board policy to change it, to amend it. Okay. Thank you. Next is 6.7 for the audience. Appoint superintendent as secretary to the Board of Trustees. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
May I have a vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Authorize 6.8 for those who are following along. Authorize superintendent and designees to sign warrants, contracts, and other documents. May I have a motion?
Thank you, Anna.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have a vote?
Yes.
Everybody vote? Thank you. Passes unanimously. So there's one other situation, not a situation, but we need to have 2 board members for agenda review. It's not on here. It's not a formal title. You can have the same 2 board members do agenda review with your superintendent, or you can rotate the people who do agenda review. Because all of the members are working members now, I suggest you have that like at 5 o'clock or 5:30 in the evening instead of during the day, so 2 board members can attend the agenda review. Do we have anybody who wants to volunteer? Nope. It's okay. And what days can you come and what time?
At 5:30, is it?
Yes, we want, as a superintendent, I want to work around your schedule.
Okay. I need to give you like something right now, or can I?
You can get back to me, and then if any of the other board members decide they would like to join our new member, please let me know. So that's to be determined. All right. And then because of the impending budget cuts, would any board member like, or 2 board members like to serve as guidance on the budget cuts? Okay. All right. Seth, Dr. Yang, and then do you have a time that you'd like to do that? A day? Yes. Okay. Thank you. So I'll send out an email to you too about the date and time. Okay. Here you go.
Welcome, everyone. 8.1, recognitions. Oh, we missed the comments. Sorry, I missed the comments, the best part. Comments, please.
None at this time.
Dr. Yang?
I just want to welcome everybody to the board meeting. This is the last one before the holiday break, so I just want to wish everybody a good holiday break and Christmas coming up next week. And then I just want to welcome the new board members joining us up in the dais. It's going to be an exciting year with the new team.
Mr. Taylor?
Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, ready to serve. I look forward to 2025, serving with our new friends and our newest family members, all of you. Thank you.
Mr. Seaman?
I would just like to welcome our new board members and welcome everybody here tonight. I just want to make mention of a couple of recent tragedies in our area. I don't want to say too much about them. I'll probably get too emotional, but I'm definitely praying for those families in our community.
Mr. Galicia?
I have no comments. I'm a pretty introverted guy, but I'm listening to everybody, but I'm glad to be here. So thank you guys for,
Yep. Student member, representative?
I just wanted to wish everybody a relaxing winter break, and I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. Frank Crawford?
Just welcome all the new board members. Thank you.
Mr. Steeman?
Something else I did want to say, I think this is a good time to move, maybe starting next month, move public comment back to the beginning of the meeting where it belongs.
Thank you. We hope everybody has a super Christmas. And now we're going to go into public comments. Let's see. Recognitions, public comments. Oh. Sorry, we're going to 8.1 recognitions.
You stand right here.
Stand where?
Yep, right here.
Students being recognized, if you could head out to the foyer. Good evening. This is probably one of the most exciting time of our board meetings is where we get to recognize students and staff for their great achievement. So we have our November student winners. Are they ready out there? Okay, from Abraham Lincoln School, we have Maricela Fuentes. From Dobbins, from Edgewater, we have Annabelle Gayton. From Kynoch, we have Zen Brower Java. From Marysville Charter, we have Mila Poggi. Marysville High School, we have Toby Berry. From our North Campus of South Olivehurst, we have Logan Backman. And from Olivehurst, we have Leo Aguilar. Now it's picture time. So the taller people, if you could stand in back, and some of our younger students up in front. Although it came across as staff, I do want to take the time to call out one person that's actually a parent from Edgewater, the PTO president. Hazia Dellery.
Go ahead and go do the.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's a parent. And now on to our staff members. And our staff member recognition tonight, we have Kristen Sweeney from Browns Valley. We have Yer Vang from Ella. Gina Schuler from Marysville High. And Yesenia Cashew from Marysville. Picture time. Go on up back. Thank you.
Next, we're going to move to 9.1, comments from school site boards. Marysville High School. No? Okay. Lyndhurst High School.
Is it on? Oh, okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lucia Hernandez. I'm the ASB president at Lyndhurst. I just wanted to bring you guys some news today about our campus. First, our SEAL team representatives from Lyndhurst on November 22nd went over to Johnson Park's 4th and 5th grade classrooms to give a presentation regarding the long-lasting effects of bullying. It went amazing, along with us being invited back to give our presentation to their sixth grade classrooms as well. Our leadership team has their Spirit Weeks going on this week. Along with, on the 20th, will be our Sugar Rush rally as a way to end up our first semester. Our FFA officer team gave a presentation to the Yuba River Endowment Board of Directors last month about potential partnership opportunities. Today, our FFA received a $40,000 donation from the River Endowment during a live interview on 93Q for a needed farm, upgrades, and student conference and competition opportunities. Our FFA members are preparing for a podcast in partnership with 93Q Radio that will launch in early January. Last week, the FFA officer team gave a presentation about the FFA program improvement last week to the South Yuba County Sunrise Rotary Club. 4 of our students also attended the Gridley High School welding competition. 75 students attended our December FFA meeting and ornament making activity. And lastly, 9 students competed in various career development events at the sectional contest at Sutter High School last week. Have a great holiday break. Thank you.
MCAA.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sahaj Garawal, and I am the ASP president at MCAA. The fall semester at MCAA has been an immense success, and we've had several amazing events, such as Dragon Fest, a lunchtime event full of student performances. We had performances from a student band, the strings class, as well as drumline, and many solo performances as well. There was also a fall festivities week right before Thanksgiving break, which included activities like hand turkey making, a teacher disguise competition, and a positivity chain project. Additionally, the Excel Club organized a canned food drive throughout November, which had an amazing turnout. And 2 weeks ago was Music Week, and we had performances daily after school from our music classes, including band, drumline, strings, choir, songwriting, piano, and more. The shows were incredible and went incredibly well, showcasing the hard work of our student musicians. There was also a dance showcase on December 14th with performances from our beginning through advanced classes, which went really amazing. The intermediate drama classes performed 2 one-act plays last week called Seussical and Too Many Detectives at the Murder Mansion. The shows were absolutely awesome and went incredibly well. This week we are holding a Christmas crafting event as well as a Spirit Week, and turnout has been incredibly high while it is the last week of the semester, and students have been making ornaments, candy canes, and paper snowflakes, which we're hanging up on a Christmas tree in the quad. We are working incredibly hard to prepare for the next semester and the many events that we have planned, and I'm excited. Thank you for your time and have a great rest of your day. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
The student board member.
Okay. Next, we have South and North Lyndhurst High School. Student member will address.
Hello again. The representatives for the North and Lyndhurst High Schools was not able to make it here tonight, so I will be sharing some of their announcements. They are having themed art activities with Miss Oaks, as well as community service opportunities at Lyndhurst Elementary School for a movie night, Johnson Park Elementary School for a winter wonderland, and a stocking stuffing event with Marysville Lions Club. And lastly, they are collecting Shady Creek counselor applications for spring MJUSD elementary school trips. Thank you.
Thank you. Opportunity for employee organizations to address the board. Muta, please.
Good evening. I just didn't want to interrupt. It looked like you were trying to be spoken to, and trying to hear 2 different conversations at once is a little challenging. So I'm Angela Stiegel. I'm the president for the Marysville Unified Teachers Association. And this evening, I have kind of some general comments to make and then some more pointed, specific comments to make. So to start off with, kind kind of like, I feel like as usual, but last meeting we didn't have any. So we do want to congratulate everybody from the recognitions portion of the meeting, all of the students, the staff, the parents who are recognized. Additionally, we would like to make sure that we recognize our newest additions to our board. So Mr. Taylor and Mr. Gleasia both, congratulations to both of you. And also congrats to the new officers of the board. And also, I don't want to leave people out. All of the board members, some of you are also returning members as well. We realize that that is a time commitment. It is a lot of work. And so thank you all for all the work that you do. Additionally, we do want to make sure that we wish everybody the best of holidays. We are so close to winter break. Can almost taste it, but just not quite yet. Especially at the high school level. Hey, welcome to finals tomorrow, which I believe is probably why you're missing at least a couple of your high school representatives there at home, studying for their finals, working on projects, quite possibly writing an essay or two. I am not guilty of assigning that, by the way. But we also know that with having the 2 weeks off, we definitely hope that people get to spend some time with their family, their friends, their loved ones. We know it's a busy time, but within that also, we hope that everybody, all of our teachers, our students and their families, all of you, are able to get a little bit of rest in there at some point too. Especially, we come back after the holidays and it is just, we hit the ground running there in July or in January. So hopefully people get a little rest too. In regards to kind of what's going on union-wise, though, so this is the part where we transition into the more pointed comments. Actually, before I get into that, I will make two other general comments. One, I appreciate the fact that we are going back to the 2 meetings a month, especially after the union pointing out a multitude of times that board policy stated 2 board meetings a month. So we appreciate that. But also, Mr. Steeman, you definitely have the power because you mentioned bringing public comment up to the beginning of the meeting, and lo and behold, it has happened. So instantaneously. So. If only we could make everything happen that quickly. Just say it and it wills it into being. I like it. So now, as I said, to transition into the more pointed comments, it is no secret that we continue to have our 540 some odd teachers here working with an expired contract. And it is no secret also that we have already been in 1 session of mediation and we are about to head into another. We have our 2nd session of mediation in just a few days on Friday afternoon, the day we're supposed to be leaving for winter break. So there's dedication on everybody's part. But within that, I heard mention just a little bit ago about a budget cuts. I don't know if you want to call it a committee, a meeting, whatever you want to call it. But in speaking about budget cuts, I would just like to make real clear the position of the union, and it won't be a shocker. Those cuts need to be made starting here in this building, not in our classrooms. We need to take a really good look at discontinuing programs and policies and such that were instituted by the former superintendent, especially those furthest away from our students and our classrooms. We need to make sure that we keep our students and our classrooms in the forefront at all times. And with that, there's definitely some cuts, there are some cuts, and there are some ways in which that can be done without negatively impacting our students and negatively impacting your teachers and our classrooms. And one thing that I want to let the district know is that we've done our homework from MUTA. So the mediator gave us homework. And so we did our homework, just so the board is aware. I, at this point, have to have a firm belief that the district and the board has done theirs as well before we get there on Friday. But some specifics, or maybe even just a few little data pieces for you. When you look at the number of people at the district office, I've mentioned this before, but I have the paper copies in my hands right now. This represents the district phone directory the week that Superintendent Azrani was hired. That's it, 2 columns, that's what we got. This is what it looks like now. 3 columns in a smaller font. And so what I will tell you as a data point, it's interesting to me that the student enrollment and the number of teachers that we have in the district have both increased about 5, 6, 7% since Superintendent Azrani was hired. According to the CDE numbers and an AB 119 list I have, both of those numbers, student enrollment and the number of teachers we have in the district, have increased about 5 to 7%. In that same amount of time, the number of folks here at the district office has increased anywhere between 27 and 28%. I will tell you, it is distressing and it is depressing. We need to get our priorities right. And we need to make sure that as we go into mediation on Friday, that we have those priorities right. Because you have teachers working without a contract. You have teachers who are taking home less pay now than they were a year ago. And you have classrooms in this district that still do not have teachers. It's December. And so one way to recruit and retain is to make sure that you're paying people fairly, to make sure that people are not taking home less pay this year than they were before, to make sure that people have a contract when they're supposed to. Because as I mentioned here a week ago, former superintendent sat right in a meeting and said she wouldn't work a day without a contract. But yet, she and the district and the board have had us working without a contract for 17, 18 months. Get our priorities straight. We will try our best to remain hopeful. We will have an open mind when we come into mediation on Friday. We will have an open mind. We will work hard. We will work diligently. But it's becoming more and more difficult to be hopeful about it. So I hope I'm wrong. We will be at mediation on Friday, and we hope that that is going to have a good result. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Next, we have Operating Engineers Local Union 3. California School Employees Association 326 and 648. Okay. Association of Management and Confidential Employees. And Supervisory Unit. Okay. Leads us to number 11, public comments. Persons wishing to address the board under public comments or a specific agenda item prior to the board taking action must complete a public comment card, looks something like this, and placed in the basket. Speakers will be invited to the podium in the order of the public comments cards that were received. Regular board meetings, public may address topics on the agenda during the section of the agenda or ask they be heard during a specific item agenda. Special board meetings and study sessions, the public may only address topics on the agenda during this section of the agenda or ask that they be heard during a specific agenda item. Comments are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per speaker. 20 minutes total time for public input on each item per board by law 9323. The Ralph M. Brown Act prevents the Board of Trustees from responding to these comments with the exception of asking clarifying questions. California Government Code Section 5454.2a states no action or discussion shall be undertaken on any item not appearing on the posted agenda except that the members of a legislative body or its staff may briefly respond to the statements made or questions posted by persons exercising their public testimony rights under Section 54954.3. The first comment card is presented by Michelle Tyndall Sharma.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Tyndall Sharma, and I teach 3rd grade at Covalad Elementary. I would like to thank our outgoing board members for their years of service and welcome our new board members to the district. You are coming in at a time when our district needs change, and we are hopeful that change is on the horizon. We are asking for you to see our worth and ensure our safety. As you know, we have not been able to settle on our 8.22% COLA that the state gave the district back in July of 2023. And we are repeatedly told that there are no funds available. So where did the COLA go? As a school board, I'm sure you realize that teachers are essential and critical for the students they support every single school day, and that there is a huge difference between good teachers and bodies simply filling that role. And if our district hopes to attract and retain good teachers, figuring out a COLA for the teachers is crucial. The money from the state was spent irresponsibly, with decisions approved by our school board, and now it's your responsibility to rectify that. In reviewing the study session between the board and our labor groups on August 6, 2024, Dr. Yang noticed quite a discrepancy between how much the management salaries grew from the 22-23 school year to the 23-24 school year versus how much the teacher salaries grew. To recap, the teacher salaries grew $2.2 million, while management salaries grew $1.4 million. Let's put that in perspective. Before Dr. Fall joined our district, there were 69 management positions, and now there are 95. There are about 540 teachers in this district. Let all of that sink in. The increase in teacher and management salaries is undeniably disproportionate. Now, let me ask again, where did our COLA go? It sounds like a huge portion of it went to management positions. Reconsidering the need for excessive management positions and district office positions would be a good place to start when trying to recoup that spent money. You might also want to look at how much money this district pays for legal counsel, over $790,000 a year. Why are we paying to consult legal when we already pay millions of dollars for management positions who could and should be competent in handling many of these issues? Ironically, the district is willing to pay this amount of money to keep their positions safe, but we literally have to beg to get safety written into our contract.
Thank you, Michelle. Alicia Tyndall, please.
Good evening. I am Alicia Tyndall, also from Covalad School. I'm going to pick up where Michelle left off. You might also reconsider looking at the hundreds of thousands of dollars that are being spent on the middle college. While this, in theory, this alternative for high school students may have sounded great, this school currently benefits about 30 students. Meanwhile, there are hundreds of teachers that show up every day to class sizes bigger than this and are told there is relatively no money for basic supplies. Another example of excessive, unnecessary spending is in regards to the Marysville High School track project. It's fantastic and far overdue to reform that track. However, multiple bids were placed this past summer for that project, and it is my understanding that a local construction company with extensive local experience placed a bid for $400,000 less than the company selected. I can't help but question that and wonder if that deal was made because of a personal relationship with Burco rather than going with the local company that was the more fiscally responsible choice. It also makes me question how often this happens. These examples of excessive spending are just examples we are aware of. how many more examples exist that we don't know about? Michelle and I and our fellow teachers stand before you once again, asking you to make the right decisions for this district, and reminding you once again that you, the board, are the ones that have the final say on district decisions and changes that need to be made. As our parties head back to mediation this Friday, we hope that you will urge admin to settle on an agreement that is ethical and benefits dedicated teachers and their students. Thank you.
Alicia, clarifying question. Where did you get that information for the bid?
A friend of mine that works with Lehman Construction.
Okay. I will look into that personally and get back with you, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jim Carpenter.
Good evening. I'd like to start by welcoming and congratulating our new board members. As I mentioned before from this podium, I spent a good deal of time as a board member myself on the Olivehurst Public Utility District's Board of Directors, 18 years. And so I have some insight into what it takes to do your job. And I understand it is it's quite a commitment, takes a lot of time, takes a lot of extra work, reading the materials and things like that. And so I wish you well, I wish you success, because your success is our success. I would like, if I'm not being too presumptuous, to offer a bit of advice. And that is, while you may have been elected with a mandate to come in and change some things, I would suggest that you take the time to find out why things are the way they are, why the district runs the way it does before you shake things up too much. Be sure you know what it is you're changing and why. Not to say all change is bad, but it needs to be thoughtful. Secondly, I understand we have started the process of looking for a new superintendent, and I am very pleased. I'm glad to see that. We don't need to wait till the last minute. And as I have again said before this board before, I've been with the district, this is my 32nd year, and I've been through several superintendents. And it is my opinion that we do best when we promote from within, when we promote somebody we already know, somebody who has experience with this district and who knows the community and who we can trust is not going to go jumping from one district to another, but who is part of this community and who cares about this community. And I'm glad to know that at least two names have already come forward that I would consider excellent candidates for the position. So I wish you all well. I thank you for your time. Have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you, Jim. Learning Communities for School Success Program, LCSSP, Annual Report from Yuba County Office of Education.
Good evening, Superintendent Brown,
Board trustees and community members. My name is Luke Henderson. I am the program coordinator for the LCSSP grant-funded program out of Yuba County Office of Education. It is a mouthful, but it stands for Learning Communities for School Success Program. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak with you tonight. So last year I was able to touch base after our first year of implementation. This year I wanted to report about how things have been going. Again, this is a 3-year grant out of the California Department of Education. It has an emphasis on wraparound support for the well-being and success of some of your most vulnerable students. You're probably asking, well, what does that necessarily mean? It is a 6-person team that includes myself and 4 prevention specialists and a therapist. We case manage your students and families to try and combat chronic absenteeism, bolster school connectedness, and reduce dropout rates and suspensions. We have been very successful from year 1 to year 2 in amplifying these services and making sure that our outcomes are not only meeting our grant requirement, but we're truly negating the barriers that your students and families are experiencing and feeling tied to their school site, being able to get there and in the seats and in front of the amazing teachers and staff that you guys have. Some of the services that we've been able to do is provide one-on-one therapeutic services for over close to 64 students over the last 2 years. This has been phenomenal because not only do they receive therapeutic services within your school sites, but not a single student is graduated until they have a continuation of care. So everybody who sees our therapist is not graduated until they have a therapist upon graduation. We have filled our trunks with food and brought them to families who have food insecurities. We have helped single parent households achieve employment, mitigating barriers such as displacement and finding housing. Additionally, some of these supports are not as transcendent or popping as helping a homeless family find food or housing, but a lot of it is one-on-one mentoring. It's trauma-informed and SEL approaches. It's doing small groups on your campuses, and it's following up with these students to make sure that they feel safe. We are hoping to expand these services and explore possibilities, including community gardens on your campuses. We're also in the works of doing another mural and making sure that we are bolstering your PBIS initiatives. All of this is in conjunction with not only your site administration, but your support staff and your teachers. They have been welcoming and warm, have invited us in not only to their school sites, but to be a part of the families and communities that they have. It has allowed us to make a true change and difference for the families and students that we have supported. From year 1 to year 2, we have increased how we have done things. We have been able to streamline services. We've been able to help more people in a shorter amount of time. 74 families last year were connected to community resources. Over 60 students received therapeutic interventions. 42 of those were in the tier 2 to tier 3 tier level for mental health services. Over 260 referrals were made to our program last year. 90% of students and families accepted services. And out of all of these, we've had a 93% success rate. So how we measure success, everything that I've been talking about up to now has been qualitative. We measure success on a quantitative basis. If you're referred to us for an attendance issue, did your attendance increase? Did the percentage go up? Were we able to get you into the classroom more? When you were referred to us for mental health services, did your therapeutic score when you first were enrolled, did it stay stagnant, which is a win, or did it decrease? That is what we're looking for when it comes to mental health. When it comes to behavior, all of these things are done through surveys, teacher surveys. Are you finding that they are acting out less in the classroom? Are you finding that when they are transitioning from classroom to classroom and at recess, are they finding that you're having less behaviors? Are they getting suspended less? Every single service that we offer is measured some way on the dashboard. Additionally, last year we were able to service even more families and students, which was nice because we were experiencing a little bit of a staffing shortage. And it just goes to show not only the work that my team has put in, but the effectiveness that your school sites have made with identifying these students and families before it becomes a major barrier. There's been so much preventative work done where they're seeing a struggle early and they're making sure that they're getting those connections, whether it comes through our program or another. And it's something that I applaud and something that transcends even other districts. Your staff here care for the students and families, and it's very, very commendable. Again, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know that it's been a deep privilege serving your students and being able to partner with your district. I really wanted to express my gratitude for the life-changing opportunity to collaborate with you all. Your positive school culture inspires us, and we strive to bring that same positive energy back to Yuba County as we service families going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Superintendent. .1, approval of the November 12th, 2024 board meeting minutes. Do I have a motion? Yang, okay. And do I have a second? Seth? There's just three of us? Oh, that's true. Everyone else has to abstain. All right. I have 3 yes and 2 abstain. And Randy, Frank is absent. Okay, motion carries. 13.2, approval of the November 18th, 2024 special board meeting minutes. Do I have a motion? Seth? Second? Thank you. Criddle, yes. And Frank is absent, and the other 2 are abstained. Motion carries. 13.3, approval of the December 10th, 2024 special board meeting minutes. Motion to approve, Mr. Yang. Seth. Criddle, and 2 abstains, and Frank absent. 13.4, approval of consent agenda items. Superintendent. It's recommended that the board approve all items in the consent agenda 14.1 through 17.6. Do I have a motion? Or are there any items to pull? Yang, motion, yes. Do I have a second? Seth? Yes, and motion carries 3-0 vote. Frank absent and 2 abstain. Okay, carries. Yeah. We're done with this one here. They can vote. Yeah, we've done all of them in here. Oh. Yeah. Let's do a revote on that. Do I have a motion for the consent agenda items, which would be 14.1 through 17.6? Do I have a motion on the floor? Yang? Do I have a second? Steeman? All in favor? Aye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Yep. Motion carries 5-6. Frank absent. 6. We've got a lot of stuff here. 6.
18.
Yep. Okay, number 18, new business, superintendent. And the subject is 18.1. This is the second board policy, 1260, Education Foundation. Purpose of the agenda is the agenda's items. Purpose is to provide the board with the opportunity to update and complete a second read and approve and adopt board policy 1260, Education Foundation. Does anyone have any questions on that? So I need a motion on the floor to approve the second read. Seth Steeman, motion and a second.
I'll second.
Okay, Colusa, second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, motion carries. Frank's absent. 18.2, second read, board policy, administrative regulation 1240, volunteer assistance. Recommended action is to recommend the board approve and adopt the board policy administrative regulation 1240, volunteer assistance. The purpose is to provide the board with the opportunity to update and complete a second read and approve the adopt board policy administrative regulation 1240, volunteer assistance. Does anyone have any questions on that at all? Do I have a motion on the floor to approve the second read? Okay, Oliver, Taylor, and do I have a second? Okay, thank you. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 18.3, second read board policy administrative regulations BP/AR 1312.3, uniform complaint procedures, BP 0410, non-discrimination in district programs and activities. To recommend that the board approve and adopt the board policy administrative regulations BP/AR 1312.3, uniform complaint procedures, BP 0410, non-discrimination in district programs and activities. Any questions on that item? Second read, do I have a motion on the board? Motion? Okay, Seth Stamen. And do I have a second? Oh, Mr. Taylor? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Subject number 18.4, second read, approve and adopt board policy and administrative regulations BP/AR 4030. This is non-discrimination in employment, BP 4033, lactation accommodation BP/AR 4119.11, 4219.11, 43.11, sexual discrimination and sex-based harassment, AR 4119.12, 4219.12, 4319.12, Exhibit 4119.12-E1, 4219.12-E1, 4319.12-E1, Title 9, Sex Discrimination and Sex-Based Harassment. This is a second read. Do I have a motion on the floor? Motion approved, Mr. Taylor. Do I have a second? Mr. Davis? Can Mr. Davis vote?
Yes.
Yes, okay, Mr. Davis it is. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes. Frank's absent.
May I?
Yes.
May I know the vote?
18.5, second read. Board Policy Administrative Regulations, BP-AR 1545.3, non-discrimination /harassment. 5145.7, sex discrimination and sex-based harassment. AR 5145.71, Exhibit 5145.71-E1, Title IX, sex discrimination and sex-based harassment. BP 5146, married, pregnant, parenting students. This is a second read. Recommended action is to recommend that the board approve and adopt a board policy administrative regulations BPAR 5145.3, non-discrimination harassment 5145.7, sex discrimination and sex-based harassment AR 5145.71, Exhibit 5145.71-E1, Title IX, sex discrimination and sex-based harassment BP 5146, married, pregnant, parenting students. And the motion on the floor is needed for a second read. Do I have a motion? Mr. Yang? And a second, please.
I'll second.
Mr. Colusa? All in favor? Aye. And we have 6-0. 6, okay. And board passes, and Frank Crawford absent. Number 19, new business, educational services. And personnel? No. Business services? That will adjourn the meeting. The meeting adjourned.
Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Hi, I'm Neil Goforth of Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties. Caring for elders or even yourself has challenges. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties can help you address today's issues and plan for tomorrow with in-home and specialized care for you or your family members. Call us at 530-749-8800. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties.
You've seen signs marking some of the gyms in Marysville. They're produced by Sapphire Sign Company, providing something small, large, and mobile. With decades of experience, Sapphire Signs has pioneered local production of a variety of signs, like temporary campaign-style signs, welcomes for unique events, building signage, event promotion, and vehicle customization. Need a sign? Make it a gem from Sapphire Sign Company. On the web at sapphiremarketinggroup.net. Sapphire.
Marysville, where roots run deep, McNally Appliances promises to keep the best brands with a smile on its face. We service what we sell, it's a warm embrace. Competitive pricing you can't ignore. With every purchase you'll love it more. From fridges to washers, all in a line. We install with care to make it shine. Major brands, trusted and true. McNally Appliances is here for you. Oh, Nally McNally, we're your first choice. In Marysville, we help you read yours. We service what we sell, no need to stress. At McNally Appliances, we're simply the best. Our promise stands, we'll always be here. McNally Appliances, bringing you cheer.
McNally Appliances, 119 D Street, Marysville. McNallyAppliances.com. In Yuba County, there's a legendary diner.
Delicious. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Where the parking lot tells a story. A story as simple as biscuits and gravy.
The food is good. The prices are wonderful. My dad has so many friends here that come here, and it's my dad and mom have known Mary Jane and her dad before Duke.
Duke's Diner on 7th Avenue, home of legendary chili, holiday pies, and generations of local residents preparing tasty, hearty food for generations of local people. Join Mary Jane and her genial associates as they serve meals you'll come back for. Duke's Diner on 7th Avenue, Olivehurst. There's more Christmas to come on Yuba-Sutter.live. We're going all over Yuba-Sutter, catching a number of Christmas celebrations in the act of happening. Friday at 5 p.m. we'll have the Yuba City Christmas tree lighting, and then zip out to Sutter for the 6:30 Sutter Parade of Lights. If you missed any of them, you can binge watch them for the first time, or watch them again right here this Sunday night. 5 p.m., the Marysville Christmas tree lighting and 73rd Marysville Christmas Parade replay. We'll list the winners. Then at 7 p.m., the 55th Olivehurst Christmas Parade replay, also with winners noted. At 8 o'clock, the Yuba City Downtown Christmas Tree Lighting and Sutter Parade of Lights replay. Christmas events in Yuba-Sutter this Sunday evening at 5, 7, and 8. Merry Christmas, Yuba-Sutter.live.
In the heart of the valley, we rise so bright, where the news flows freely in the morning light. Yuba-Sutter.live, where truth comes alive. Every Tuesday's a journey, it's where we thrive. Watch it unfold. Yuba-Sutter.live, in the heart of our home. Be informed, be wise. Yuba-Sutter.live, we capture it all. Policy debates, hear the people's call. With Yuba-Sutter.live, you'll never miss a beat. Special reports hit hard, shining a spotlight. Yuba-Sutter.live.
You're watching Yuba-Sutter.live, Yuba-Sutter's live streaming channel on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for watching, and Merry Christmas.